Good morning, students. So here we are meeting for the wonderful morning, and we are going to see the types of account, which is the pending part here. You can see that there are a number of lectures recorded. Types of account is pending. So let's see what is an account. An account is also called as a ledger account. You can see on the screen here. An account is the summarized record of all transactions related to a person, different assets, different liabilities, expenses, and losses. Now, why an account is prepared? Let me tell you that we need to see that what is the cash balance available at the end of a certain period of time. Along with that, we need to see that what is the bank balance available in the business at the end of a specific period of time. For that, we need to prepare these separate ledger accounts, and that is why we prepare a cash account and we prepare a bank account. Now, what it shows exactly, we are supposed to see how much is cash paid and how much is cash received, and at the end of the day, at the end of the year, how much is cash remaining there. So that is what an account is prepared. Same with the bank account as well, and different definitions are given here for type of account. A fantastic definition which you can see on a screen, that a ledger account is nothing but a summarized record of all transactions related to different persons, different assets, liabilities, expenses and losses, and income and gain, so that we can come to know the position of that particular account after a specific period of time. Now you further can see here, a business is always involving a number of transactions, and at the end of a specific period of time, it is necessary to see that what is the balance of capital, what is the balance of different assets, liabilities, expenses, losses, income and gain, and that is why we prepare a ledger account. So that is the purpose of preparing a ledger account. Different definitions are given here. An account is the summarized record of transactions affecting one person, kind of property, or one class of gain or loss. So that is the basic definition, is what we have taken in the beginning. That is the perfect definition. See the types of account here. So basically types of account are bifurcated into number one is personal account and number two is impersonal account. आप देख सकते हैं सबसे पहला है personal account on the screen there, and another one is impersonal account. Personal account is further divided into three types: natural person, artificial person, or legal, or third is group or representative person. Second is legal or artificial. Third is group or representative. Now, as far as bifurcation is concerned, we never do what is the micro bifurcation there. Micro bifurcation अपन नहीं करते यहाँ पे, तो हमें सिर्फ याद रखना है कि पर्सनल अकाउंट कौन सा है. इम्पर्सनल अकाउंट अगर आप देखेंगे, then that is further divided into real account and nominal account. Now, real or nominal is further divided. Real का फिर से bifurcation है, tangible real and intangible real, and the third one is nominal account. Now, when we see real account, you can see that all these are assets. जब आप रियल अकाउंट देख रहे हैं तो आप सीधा बता सकते हैं ऑल असेट्स आर रियल अकाउंट्स. आगे चल के अगर आप नॉमिनल अकाउंट देखते हैं तो नॉमिनल अकाउंट्स आर यूजुअली एक्सपेंसेस एंड लॉसेस एंड इनकम एंड गेन्स. एंड इफ यू सी what is pending is nothing but the personal accounts there. Personal accounts at times either assets or liabilities. Max of personal accounts are liabilities. Do remember, hardly they are assets. तो ये क्लासिफिकेशन हम यहाँ पे कर सकते हैं that all assets are always real accounts given on the basis of tangible and intangible real. मतलब ये सारे assets है. All nominal accounts are expenses and losses, income and gains, that you can see in the example as well. देखिए एक्सपेंसेस एंड लॉसेस में क्या दिया है. इट इज सैलरी, वेजेस, प्रिंटिंग एंड स्टेशनरी, परचेस, एडवर्टीजमेंट. तो ये सारे बिजनेस के एक्सपेंडिचर है. अलॉन्ग विद दैट यू कैन सी द इनकम एंड गेन्स आर देयर, लाइक सेल्स, इंटरेस्ट रिसीव्ड, डिस्काउंट रिसीव्ड, कमीशन रिसीव्ड. तो ये सारा इनकम और गेन है आपका. सो ऑल एक्सपेंसेस एंड लॉसेस एंड इनकम एंड गेन्स आर नथिंग बट द नॉमिनल अकाउंट्स. ये सारे नॉमिनल अकाउंट्स है. एंड ऑल असेट्स आर रियल अकाउंट्स, वो टेंजिबल हो या इंटेंजिबल हो, जैसे कि कंप्यूटर, कैश एंड मशीनरी गिवन इंटेंजिबल, goodwill, patent, copyright, trademark given in intangible. But we can always conclude that all assets are real accounts and all expenses, losses, income and gains are nominal accounts, which you can see on the screen here. And personal accounts की जब हम बात करते हैं, so you can simply say that personal accounts are usually liabilities of the business. So that is the best bifurcation one can do. यहाँ पे पूरा explanation दिया है. Just you can go through this. What is personal account? And they have defined each and everything, but all in all the summary is all nominal accounts are expenses, losses, incomes and gains. All assets are always real accounts, doesn't matter tangible or intangible और बचा personal account, then all personal accounts are usually liabilities. ये 3 sentences अगर आप याद रखते हैं तो better रहेगा, and this way around it will help us a lot as far as identifying the different types of accounts are concerned. Now here examples are as well given. हर चीज का example दिया है, आप देख सकते हैं बेटा. As far as natural person, we all are natural persons created by nature, created by God, you can say. Mahesh, Ganesh, Sunita, Ashok, Suhas, all these are nothing but natural personal account. Artificial or legal personal accounts are nothing but which are created by law. That is any bank, any company, any corporation, all these are nothing but the legal or artificial personal account. It is State Bank of India account, Reliance Industries Limited account, Infosys account. All these are nothing but the artificial personal account. Next to that is representative or group personal account. That is nothing but outstanding expenses, prepaid expenses, income received in advance, and accrued income or outstanding income. ये सारे group और representative personal account है. Now why it is group? Because these are nothing but the people to whom you are liable to pay. इनको आप pay करना essential है. That is how these are called as representative or group personal account. So do remember students, all assets are always real accounts, all liabilities are usually personal accounts, and all expenses, losses, incomes and gains are nominal account. This is the crux as far as this particular types of accounts is concerned, and here they have given a proper bifurcation there. As I told you, that doesn't matter tangible is it is tangible real or intangible real, but always it is a real account. So all assets are always real accounts. Nominal accounts, you can see it is in the form of given wages account, stationery account, depreciation, salary, commission received, discount received, etc. So all in all, crux is same again. All assets are real accounts, all expenses, losses, incomes and gains are nominal accounts, and all liabilities are personal accounts. So that is what need to be seen here. Next, what we are supposed to see is nothing but the golden rules of accounting. Now these 3 accounts, usually we don't do the micro bifurcation that real है तो tangible है या intangible है, इसकी कोई जरूरत नहीं है. Personal है तो natural personal है, artificial personal है या group personal है, इसकी कोई जरूरत नहीं है. So we need to bifurcate only in 3 types of account. One is personal, another is real, and last one is nominal. So let's see the rules for all these 3 accounts. The first rule is for personal account, and it says that debit the receiver, credit the giver. ये rule बोलता है कि debit the receiver, credit the giver. Another rule is for real account, means for assets only. Debit what comes in the business, credit what goes out of the business. I'm extending that considering your own business, your business point of view. I'm adding all these things. Debit what comes in the business, credit what goes out of the business. And third, nominal account rule is debit all expenses and losses of the business, credit all incomes and gains of the business. So that is the third rule as far as your nominal account is concerned. Personal account का rule क्या बेटा? Debit the receiver, credit the giver, or debit the account which receives the benefit, credit the account which gives the benefit. Another one is real account, debit what comes in the business, credit what goes out of the business. And third is the nominal account, which says that debit all expenses and losses of the business, credit all incomes and gains of the business. Now I can simplify for you and write down here few things. मैं यहाँ पे लिख सकता हूँ कि ये nominal account किसके लिए apply करेगा. Then this is applicable if involved things are, here it is expenses, comma losses and income and gains. So that is how the bifurcation there. कि जब भी ये nominal account आएगा बेटा तो याद रखिए ये चारों चीजें आ सकती है. Nominal account rule, debit all expenses and losses of the business, credit all incomes and gains of the business. ये किसके लिए applicable होगा? ये applicable होगा if the involved thing is all expenses, losses, incomes and gains. That way around it is applicable. Next is the real accounts. Real account की जब हम बात करते हैं, so the involved account must be all assets. यहाँ पे सारे assets, properties, possession, सिर्फ इसी के लिए रूल अप्लाई करेगा. So that is what it is given. For real accounts usually it is liabilities. अब बचती है बात आखिरी वाली, that is for personal accounts, and personal accounts are usually what? These are usually liabilities. तो जब भी personal account आता है याद रखिए ये ज्यादा करके तो liabilities होती है. Where rule applicable is debit the receiver, credit the giver. Asset आया तो rule है debit what comes in the business, credit what goes out of the business. और अगर nominal account आता है तो obviously it is for debit all expenses and losses of the business, credit all incomes and gains of the business. So this is just on the basis of types of account and the rules of accounting there कि debit किसको करना है, credit किसको करना है. अब देखते हैं कि debit और credit क्या दिया है इन्होंने. वैसे debit credit हम सबको पता है that usually when you withdraw cash from your ATM, you always get a message from your bank account that your account is debited by INR. मतलब आपने पैसे विड्रॉ किए तो अकाउंट डेबिट हो गया. तो यहाँ पे देखिए, यहाँ पे डेबिट का मतलब आपके बैंक अकाउंट में बोल सकता हूँ कि आपका कैश माइनस हो गया. Am I right? So debit means at minus, at times minus, as well as debit means at times plus. But that depends on the type of the account. तो इतना याद रखिए कि डेबिट और क्रेडिट आर नथिंग बट द नेमिंग कन्वीनियंसेस लाइक आवर नेम्स. वरना हमें भी कैसे बुलाता कोई, है ना, राम श्याम गीता सीता, ऑल दीज आर नेम्स विच आर गिवन फॉर कन्वीनियंसेस. सेम वे डेबिट एंड क्रेडिट आर नथिंग बट इन अरिथमेटिक और मैथमेटिक इट इज प्लस और माइनस, बट नॉट नेसेसरी डेबिट इज ऑलवेज माइनस और ऑलवेज प्लस. It can be at times minus and it can be at times plus depending on the type of the account. Similarly, it is with the credit. Credit at times plus, credit at times minus. Whereas it is given here, debit का मतलब left hand side of the account है, credit का मतलब right hand side of the account है. That is another terminology here. So that is how they have defined how the types of account are there. So you must be clear. Real accounts are always assets. Nominal accounts are always expenses and losses of the business along with income and gains of the business. And nominal accounts, along with that, you can say that all expenses, losses, incomes and gains of the business. And finally, personal accounts are usually liabilities. And here are the rule. Personal account says debit the receiver, credit the giver. Real account says that debit what comes in the business, credit what goes out of the business. And nominal account says that debit all expenses and losses of the business, credit all incomes and gains of the business. आगे देखते बेटा. From the following transactions, you can see that find out two aspects, two accounts, and classify the accounts. Let's finish this example. So commence business with cash rupees 20,000. तो यहाँ पे हमें ये दिमाग में रख के ही करना है. अभी ये तीनों रूल दिमाग में रख के ही करने हैं. एस्पेक्ट जब हम आइडेंटिफाई करते हैं as far as the transaction is concerned, the aspects need to be identified on the basis of real, nominal and personal account. तो business में अभी cash आ रहा है. Point of view is only business. Commence business with cash. Aspect number 1, cash comes in the business and owner is the giver or proprietor is the giver. That you can see in the chart here. पहला aspect दिया है, cash comes in the business and proprietor is the giver. Cash comes in the business, that is the aspect number 1. इसमें account कौन सा impacted है students? तो cash account है. Proprietor is the giver or capital is the giver. So second account is nothing but a capital account. Second transaction, कैश अकाउंट जबकि आपका रियल अकाउंट है, कैपिटल अकाउंट आपका पर्सनल अकाउंट है. रूल अप्लाइड अगर अप्लाई करेंगे, डेबिट व्हाट कम्स इन द बिजनेस, क्रेडिट व्हाट गोज आउट ऑफ द बिजनेस फॉर कैश अकाउंट. whereas for capital account, debit the receiver, credit the giver. But in this case, in this transaction case, cash comes in the business, so debit का rule apply होगा, cash comes in the business के लिए, and proprietor is the giver or capital is the giver. Here which rule is applicable is nothing but credit the giver. So that way around you can say that cash is debited and capital is credited, and that is how this particular entire process of analysis of particular transaction is going to take place. The second transaction you can see here, purchase goods on credit from Ajay rupees 10,000. Now there are certain rules in accounting which we need to remember. Rule number 1, when a transaction is silent about cash or credit and name of the party is given, then the transaction is assumed on credit basis. वैसे यहाँ पे तो ये credit पे ही है, सीधा दिया है purchase goods on credit from Ajay. So the aspect number 1, purchase is an expenditure that you can see on the screen, and second, Ajay is the giver. Now purchase is a nominal account because it is an expenditure for your business, whereas Ajay is a personal account. Nominal account says that debit all expenses and losses of the business and credit all incomes and gains of the business. अब यहाँ पे तो expenditure है तो debit ही apply करेगा. Ajay is the giver as usual, again a personal account, debit the receiver, credit the giver. तो credit का rule apply करेगा, तो purchase को debit करेंगे और Ajay को credit करेंगे, and that is what for this transaction number 2, that is purchase goods on credit from Ajay rupees 10,000. Third one is cash sells rupees 7,000. Now goods sold on cash, that is mean to say actually cash sales मतलब आपने sell किया और आपको पैसे मिले. So first aspect is cash comes in the business, and second is sales is an income. Now cash comes in the business, sales is an income. First account is cash account, again it is a real account, and sales is your income. It is always a nominal account. So debit what comes in the business, so that way around cash is debited, and credit all incomes and gains of the business. Means you are applying one rule for personal account, another rule for nominal account. So every time it is not possible, both accounts involved are either personal or real or nominal. At times it is always possible that one account is personal, another may be real, One is real, another may be personal, and that way around the combination can happen there. So third transaction, cash sells, cash comes in the business and sells is the income. First account impacted is cash account, second account impacted is sales account. Cash is the real account which says that debit what comes in the business, and सेल्स इज दैट क्रेडिट ऑल इनकम्स एंड गेन्स ऑफ द बिजनेस, इसलिए कैश को डेबिट करेंगे और सेल्स को क्रेडिट करेंगे इन ट्रांजैक्शन नंबर 3. Transaction number 4 says that received commission. Now do remember students, whenever anything is received or paid, always it is in the form of cash. So received commission means there are two aspects again. Cash comes in the business and commission is a gain. Cash comes in the business, that is cash is a real account, commission is a nominal account, but commission is received, hence it is the income. Debit what comes in the business, by that way cash is debited, and credit all incomes and gains, by that way commission is credited. And last transaction, that is paid rent rupees 800, that is what given here. Anything which is given as paid means it is paid in the form of cash. Aspect number 1, rent is an expenditure, and aspect number 2, cash goes out. So that way around here, so rent account debit hoga, debit all expenses and losses of the business. Cash account, cash goes out, so cash debit what comes in, credit what goes out, इसलिए rent को debit करना है और cash को credit करना है. Do remember students, while identifying or analyzing these transactions, what is mostly needed is nothing but you need to do the aspects bifurcation in terms of real, nominal and personal account. Then only the task becomes easy. कि debit the receiver, credit the giver, debit what comes in the business, credit what goes out of the business, and debit all expenses and losses of the business, and credit all incomes and gains of the business. That way around, if you are going to do this aspect bifurcation, then the bifurcation in terms of accounts, and finally what is to be debited and what is to be credited, then things become quite easy. And before that, what is the most important task is nothing but identifying an account. That what is the real account? Real accounts are always assets, doesn't matter tangible or intangible. Nominal accounts are always expenses and losses, incomes and gains, and personal accounts are usually liabilities. So that is all about this type of account. A short and sweet lecture you can say as far as the types of account and the basic rules of accounting is concerned. Thank you and have a wonderful day ahead.